Hi, my name is Miriam Camejo, and I'm presenting my project, the Lower Manhattan Market and Art Bazaar, and my project was based in New York City. So upon my site and neighborhood analysis of the area, I really focused or was intrigued by the cultural aspects of this region, specifically the art influence of the area. There's quite a few different galleries, there's quite a few different museums, and then there's also a major arts academy located within walking distance of the site. So that kind of led me on a path towards the community aspect of this. Could be centered around art, could be centered around local artists, up and coming artists, and even students from the Arts Academy. So one of the challenges that I think I faced with the New York City site was just maximizing the views and the lighting within such a dense city population. You did have the green space directly adjacent to it, but then you also have the city views and just being able to utilize all of that. You didn't want to cut anything off with the back of house area, so that was just a challenge that I faced throughout the process. During the precedent analysis, something that I was really intrigued by with my precedent was just this intersection of spaces within this marketplace, and the way that this was accomplished was kind of this compounding space. You know, you have this large market area, and then within it you had various levels or various other spaces for the cafe, the seating, and other uses. So this kind of shows those spaces a little bit better. And again, I was just very interested in how these spaces can interact, specifically the community space within my own project and the market and cafe space, separating it between two levels but still having it be one space that's all connected was very important to me. So in the massing studies, this is when I started playing with, the intersection of spaces and their relationship, and just trying to figure out ways to create that connection to a second floor and the main first floor. And I started also playing with, this cantilever of the second floor off of the other building, and just, the relationship of the exterior, the facades of the two different height spaces that I was working with. And these were some preliminary sketches, just trying to get some ideas out of, again, how do I relate those spaces to each other? How do I have them interact? I really wanted to utilize the energy of the market and the cafe to not only bring in people to be able to see the artwork on the second floor, but also to kind of activate the second floor. I really started focusing on this view overlooking the marketplace and cafe from the art gallery so that the entire space was activated. There was this direct line between the first floor and the second floor functions. So again, the true challenge of this site was trying to utilize all the beautiful different views that the site offered, but still you have to have the back of house space, and where was the best place to put that so that it didn't interrupt the views but still had an adjacency to the main road. And the location that you see on this screen is the final spot that I chose for this. Once I kind of settled on this cantilevered second floor that had a connection to the interior of the first floor, I kind of just spent the rest of the time refining it. I didn't really deviate from that at all, but I did start to play with, how does it grow from the first floor? How do they interact together? How do they support one another? And in studying the relationship between the cafe, the market, and the second floor art gallery, I did face a little bit of a challenge with kind of integrating the market and the cafe together. I really wanted the overlooking portion of the second floor to overlook mostly the cafe, so centering the cafe underneath that, but then that broke apart the marketplace, and at first it just wasn't really working symmetrically, so that had to be studied further. So going back to, a schematic block diagram, again, just trying to work out the different adjacencies, the different priorities of the design and of the space, and this is kind of how I worked through that. And landing on this final floor plan showing the marketplace, it's still interrupted with a cafe in the middle, but I think that it's more intentional now. You get views of the main thoroughfare, and then you also get views of the green space behind you. The cantilevered portion of the second floor acts as, like a covered outdoor seating for the cafe to be able to use some of the outdoor space, which is really nice to have in a city environment. And then showing the final iteration of the second floor plan, utilizing a lot of natural light to kind of play off of the art gallery walls and illuminate the artwork, and just having a path of circulation to really activate the space and bring you to all the views, not only around you and below you, but also in front of you. And this shows a section and elevation to really highlight that space of the intersection between the cafe and the art gallery, and like the intersection of spaces there. And lastly, I'll just speak a little bit on the materiality of the exterior and interior, utilizing a lot of concrete, a lot of metal, just to kind of create a nice background that allows the art and the market stalls to be the highlight, to be the focus of attention, and allow those to have the color and not take away from that with the materiality used throughout. And I'll just end on this slide, again showing some more of that materiality and the relationship of the second floor kind of growing from the first floor and how those interact together and how they support one another. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.